In this final example, I'm going to take some of the exercises we did earlier and then put them on the instrument. It's very important, I think, to recognize that rhythmic problems are mostly solved in the ear, in the musical ear, and in the body. They're not really solved on the instrument. If you're not feeling where something is rhythmically, you're not going to be able to put it on your instrument. So that's why we did all those exercises without the instrument first. So now that we've done those exercises, I'm going to try and put some of those ideas onto the instrument, and pretty much the same principles, in which I'm going to try and hit the downbeats at the beginning, and then once I become comfortable with that, I'm not going to feel obliged to hit the downbeats. I may avoid them sometimes. And I've programmed in a very simple drum pattern here at the same tempo as we did the other exercises in 7. And so we play over that on a simple scale. Not going to worry about chord changes at this point, just going to play over a C minor scale. So let's have a listen to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to avoid the downbeats sometimes. So, in this way we can hear how we're moving around into, I'm playing first of all onto the downbeats, and then I'm avoiding the downbeats, or not avoiding them, but don't feel obliged to play them. The next obvious step is to put that onto some changes, and I think that's an important thing. I think the ultimate goal in playing a jazz on odd meters should be to use chord changes and be able to play over standard forms and standard chord progressions and make them as interesting and as musical as you would in 4/4. I think there's far too much odd meter music played over one chord, over static harmonies, and it tends to get very boring after a while. And I think the real kind of litmus test of whether you know where the one is to be able to do it over chord changes. So what I've done here is I've programmed in some very simple chord progression, minor blues, C minor blues, and I'm going to play over that. And I think that's a good way to start. Start with something simple like a blues and see how you get on with that. So here we go. So there we are. So if you start at the very beginning of these simple exercises using the syllables, and then progress onwards in the way that I've showed you, I think you'll find this a great help to being able to play in an odd metre. One final piece of advice, I suggest that you don't try and do this with lots of different meters at the same time. Just pick one and then practice that in the way that I've showed you. And then once you're really, really comfortable with that, then move on to another one. And you'll find the second one easier to do in that way once you've done the first one. But it's very important to pick one at the beginning and then really work on that.